Hello, my name is Leona Kremen and I am a Koru registered dietitian from the Midlands Regional Hospital in Tullamore. The purpose of this session is to explain the importance of good nutrition and a healthy diet and to outline the key role that it plays in helping to manage your chronic obstructive pulmonary disease or COPD. Having a healthy diet is one of the most important factors for good health. This is especially true if you have COPD. Similar to the way a car needs fuel to run, food is fuel or energy for the body, and this includes providing energy to enable us to breathe. Eating well also promotes a strong immune system, which means we are able to fight off and recover from infections more quickly. Your weight is important to consider in COPD. BMI or body mass index indicates the relationship between your weight and height. Carrying too little weight for your height means you have a low BMI, and carrying too much weight for your height means you have a high BMI. Having a high BMI or carrying too much weight increases the workload of already compromised lungs, while having a low BMI or being underweight can mean you are more likely to develop infections and recover more slowly from these. Good nutrition and a healthy diet can help us to achieve a healthy weight. The key to eating well is balance and moderation. The Irish Food Pyramid is a guide to healthy eating. It is a logical approach to eating well because it puts similar food types into groups and it helps us to make good food choices from those groups. Choosing a varied diet from each of the 5 food groups will help ensure that you are receiving all the nutrients which are essential for good health. The first food group I will discuss is the fruit and vegetables group, which is the bottom and the largest shelf on the food pyramid. Fruit and vegetables provide vitamins and minerals which support our immune system. This helps us to fight off infection. Choosing a variety of colours within this food group helps ensure you are taking in a broad range of those vitamins and minerals. We should aim for 5 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. Examples of a serving include a banana, an apple, or half a cup measure of cooked vegetables. The sugar content of fruit is not something to be concerned about, but if you have diabetes, you may need more individualised advice around fruit consumption. It would be recommended in this case to speak to your doctor or dietitian. The second food group we need to examine is the cereals, breads, potatoes, pasta and rice group, the brown shelf above the fruit and vegetables on the food pyramid. These foods are known as carbohydrates and they are rich in energy. Energy is important for people with COPD. Because breathing is more difficult, the body uses up more energy for breathing than in people with healthy lungs. Our bodies and our brains need foods from this group in the right amounts in order to function normally. To eat the right amounts, not too much and not too little, from the cereals, breads, potatoes, pasta and rice group, you need to take a look at portion sizes, and you can see the portion sizes on screen. These foods are energy rich, so by taking in excess quantities of these foods, you will eat more fuel than you need, and this leads to weight gain. You should aim for 3 servings of carbohydrates daily. A serving would be 2 medium potatoes or 2 slices of bread. In general, choosing wholemeal or whole grain varieties is recommended. They are better for our heart and they provide fibre, which is important for bowel health. The third food group, which is the blue shelf on the food pyramid, is the milk, cheese and yogurt group. This food group is an important source of protein. The protein you eat is like a building block in the body. Your organs, skin, hair and nails are all made up of protein. In addition, protein builds and maintains strong muscles, and there are several muscles involved in breathing. Protein is essential not only for building and maintaining muscle, but for muscle recovery after exercise as well. These foods also provide you with minerals called calcium and phosphate, and these you need for healthy, strong bones, which is an important consideration in COPD. As part of your COPD treatment, you may need to take medications called steroids, and these medications have been linked to weaker bones. You should aim for 3 servings daily from this food group, and examples of a serving are a 200ml glass of milk or a 125g carton of yogurt. If you are unable to take in 3 portions a day from the milk, cheese and yogurt group, or if you are unable to tolerate dairy, please do speak to your doctor or your dietitian. Next up, I will talk about the meat, poultry, fish, eggs, beans and nuts food group, which is the yellow shelf on our food pyramid. Again, this group is an excellent source of protein, which we said is the building block of our body. Red meat is also an excellent source of iron, which is important to help avoid becoming low in iron or anemic, which can make us feel flat and tired. Aim for 2 servings daily from here, and examples of a serving would be 2 eggs or 100 grams of cooked fish. It is recommended that you choose lean cuts of unprocessed meat, chicken and fish, particularly if you are trying to achieve a healthy weight. Processed meat contain fats which can be harmful to the heart, and they also contain salt, which drives up our blood pressure. The second highest shelf on the food pyramid is orange, and it contains fats, spreads and oils. All types of fat contain high amounts of energy. Fats which are good for the heart and the immune system are found in olive oil and rapeseed oil. Butter contains saturated fat, which can raise or harmful cholesterol if taken too often. There is no recommended number of servings to aim for in this food group, but try to have in as small amounts as possible. For example, use 1 teaspoon of oil per person and scrape butter or spreads thinly on bread. The very top shelf on the food pyramid is coloured red, and it contains foods high in fat, sugar and salt, such as crisps, chocolate and sweets. If you are at a healthy weight, or if you are trying to reach a healthier weight, these foods are generally not essential for good health. They should be taken occasionally and limited to small portions. They are very high in energy but provide very little nutrition otherwise. They do not provide a good source of protein, fibre, vitamins or minerals. It is important to remember that the food pyramid is a guide to achieving a nourishing, balanced diet. Having COPD can often make it more difficult to eat for a number of reasons, such as breathlessness. Being breathless can also lead to a poor appetite. If breathlessness during mealtimes is a problem for you, having smaller portions more often, such as 3 smaller meals and regular snacks, can be more manageable than 3 square meals. If you have a poor appetite or if you are underweight, your doctor or your dietitian might recommend that you follow a high protein, high energy diet. As part of this diet, it might be advised that you take more foods from the top shelf or the red shelf on the food pyramid, such as cakes and biscuits. You may also be advised to take special supplement drinks or shakes known as oral nutritional supplements, which will need to be prescribed for you. A high protein, high energy diet will provide higher amounts of energy, protein, vitamins and minerals to help you regain or stabilise your weight. When used in combination with exercise, such as exercises recommended to you by your physiotherapist, a high protein, high energy diet can help to rebuild muscle mass. If you notice that your appetite is not as good, or that you are not able to eat as well, or that you are losing weight unintentionally, please speak to your doctor or nurse. You might need to be referred to the dietitian for individualised dietary counselling. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, being underweight or having a low body mass index is associated with a weaker immune system and a diminished ability to fight off and recover from infections. This might mean being admitted to hospital more frequently and having a longer length of hospital stay, so it is important to address it. Fluids are not discussed in the food pyramid, but it is important to drink enough to stay hydrated. Drinking enough is important for several reasons, including to maintain a healthy blood pressure level. Hydration is especially important in COPD. This is because in people with COPD, the lungs produce a thick, sticky mucus that is often difficult to clear by coughing. Drinking enough helps to make that mucus less thick and sticky and makes it easier to clear by coughing. This in turn will help make it easier for you to breathe. For people with COPD who are on oxygen therapy at home, they may experience dryness in the nose or in the throat. Staying hydrated can help keep this at bay. Keep an eye on your urine colour as well. You want it to be a pale yellow. If your urine is very dark, it might mean that you are dehydrated and you may need to drink more. Unless you have been recommended otherwise by your doctor, aim for 6 to 8 cups of fluid daily. Water is best, and you can add sugar-free squash if you wish. Tea, coffee, milk and juice all count towards our fluid intake as well, but try to have water more often. Finally, I will discuss some other symptoms or side effects of COPD which can affect your ability to achieve a nourishing diet, and I will provide some simple tips which may help with these symptoms or side effects. The first side effect is taste changes. People with COPD often experience taste changes which can affect your appetite. If you are experiencing taste changes, make sure that you are brushing your teeth regularly and maintaining good oral hygiene. If you have difficulty tasting food, don't be afraid to try out different herbs and spices, which can enhance the natural flavours of food. If you find foods taste much stronger than they usually would have, try and opt for more bland foods, or you could also try to counteract the strong taste. For example, for a sweet food such as fruit yogurt, if it tastes much sweeter than it normally would, you could try adding a little lemon juice to try and reduce the sweetness and make the flavour more tolerable for you. A second side effect is a dry mouth. A dry or sore mouth can also make it difficult and uncomfortable to chew and swallow. Breathlessness and nebulizer use can often lead to a dry mouth. Try the following tips if this happens to you. Floss and brush your teeth regularly. Take regular sips of water. Rinse your mouth after using nebulizers. Keep mouth swabs to hand and dip them in water and use them to wet the mouth. Have sugar-free boiled sweets or sugar-free chewing gum to hand, as these can help to stimulate saliva production. Moist foods such as milky porridge or potatoes mashed with a sauce or a gravy can be easier to manage if your mouth is very dry. Do speak to your doctor or your nurse if a dry or a sore mouth is becoming a problem for you, and they will be able to help you. A third side effect or symptom could be swallowing difficulties. If you notice that you are coughing while drinking or eating, It could mean that your food and drink is going down your windpipe instead of your food pipe, and this can lead to chest infections. If this is happening to you frequently, please do link with your doctor or nurse, as you may need to have your swallow function assessed by a speech and language therapist. Finally, I hope that you have found this talk useful. If you would like more information, or if you feel that you would benefit from seeing a dietitian, please do ask your doctor or nurse to make a referral. Thank you so much for listening.